Let's just jump right into it. Welcome to today's Explainer. Every single day, literally millions of perfectly optimized, totally flawless, AI-generated resumes and portfolios are absolutely flooding the job market. We're navigating this massive, fundamental shift in digital identity right now, and I am so thrilled to have you here to unpack it with me. Think about how much the landscape has changed in just the last year or two. We've officially entered an era where looking wildly successful online is, well, it's suddenly the easiest thing in the world to achieve. And because of that, it kind of means absolutely nothing on its own. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you can build real, unbreakable professional credibility in a world where AI can fake practically everything else.
Just look at the visceral reality of the market right now. Generative AI is making professional content entirely frictionless. Resumes, polished instantly. Portfolios, generated from scratch. Case studies, written in seconds. Professional profiles, they can look world-class in a matter of minutes. Boom, 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 boom. What used to take weeks of sweating over a keyboard, tweaking your formatting, hunting down the right design, and agonizing over the perfect adjective, well, now it can all be manufactured with a single lazy prompt. It is incredibly easy, it's incredibly fast, and it is everywhere. Everyone you're competing against has access to the exact same tools to manufacture these traditional career assets.
And that leads us to this massive, urgent paradigm shift. When claims become cheap, proof becomes valuable. This right here, this is the core of the crisis, and honestly, the huge opportunity that we are facing. Look, if anyone can claim to be a world-class expert or a master strategist just by having an AI write their profile, then the claim itself completely loses its weight. It's like inflation, right? The words on the page just aren't a differentiator anymore. The very currency of the professional world is changing right before our eyes.
Okay, let's dive into the mechanics of this. Section 1. When claims become cheap, fueled by AI and the abundance of information. Here's the dynamic we're currently dealing with. Over on side A, we have information abundance. Like we said, professional presentation is now frictionless. You can manufacture this beautiful, articulate representation of yourself with zero effort. But because of that abundance, look over at side B, trust scarcity. Imagine you're a hiring manager staring at an inbox of 500 perfectly worded, grammatically flawless cover letters. Because you know AI probably wrote most of them, you inherently distrust kind of all of them. As AI makes presentations super easy to manufacture, actual credibility becomes infinitely more valuable. We're seeing a direct inverse relationship here. The easier it is to say you did something, the harder it is for anyone to actually believe you. Trust is literally becoming the absolute rarest commodity in the modern professional landscape.
So, if we can no longer rely on a nice-looking portfolio or a slick resume to stand out, what's the fix? Well, this brings us to a completely new framework. Section 2, enter reputation engineering and moving beyond personal branding. Now, what's really interesting about this is how it totally redefines what we're aiming for. We are moving way beyond that outdated concept of personal branding. For the last decade or so, personal branding was really just about looking successful online, right? Having the perfect fonts, a glossy headshot, and tossing around all the right buzzwords. But reputation engineering is fundamentally different. It's the practice of systematically building professional credibility through real, verifiable evidence. It's not about the presentation anymore, it's about the proof. It's taking an engineering mindset, building something structurally sound, and applying that to your career. You're building a foundation of undeniable facts that can withstand any level of scrutiny.
Actually, I want you to stop for a second and just think about your own professional profile right now. If I pulled up your LinkedIn today, am I seeing claims or am I seeing proof? Let's get into Section 3, building your proof graph and dissecting the anatomy of trust. This structure brilliantly breaks down the specific actionable elements you need to build that verifiable proof. We've got 6 core elements here. And to really bring this to life, let's do a rapid-fire hypothetical. Let's say your resume claims you grew regional sales by 20%. First up, evidence. What have you actually done? The evidence isn't just you making the claim, it's the actual sales report or the project brief. Second, verification. Who or what confirms it? This is your former director going on the record to confirm that exact number. Third, outcomes. What measurable results did you create? These are the hard dollar amounts, the concrete impact on the business. Fourth, validation. Who genuinely worked with you? This would be the sales team you led actually vouching for your specific leadership on that project. Fifth, consistency. Does your track record support this over time? Meaning, you didn't just get lucky once, you achieved similar growth at your last 3 jobs. And finally, provenance. Where did this evidence even come from? Did the data come directly from the company's verified CRM? Or is it just some typed-up PDF you made yourself on a Sunday afternoon? If you can run your career highlights through these 6 guiding questions, you're not just making empty claims anymore. You're providing undeniable proof.
And when you take those 6 elements and wire them all together, you create what we call a proof graph.
This is the professional profile of the future. It's not going to look like a traditional static resume. I mean, think of the old resume as a 2D flat piece of paper that literally anyone can fabricate. The new proof graph is dynamic. It's this 3D interconnected web of receipts. It seamlessly connects what you say you can do directly to the hard, verifiable evidence of your actual outcomes. Let's look at how this builds across your entire professional life. Your proof graph takes every single one of these components, your skills, your specific projects, your employment history, your unique contributions, your achievements, professional relationships, and your actual outcomes, and it literally anchors them to verifiable evidence. If you list a skill, boom, there's a node connecting it to a tangible outcome. You list a relationship, there is real-world validation attached to it. It creates this robust ecosystem of credibility that simply cannot be faked by an AI. And honestly, this is incredibly empowering. It completely removes that awful anxiety of having to aggressively sell yourself in interviews or pitches, because your verified data just does the talking for you.
So we understand how to build this for ourselves now. But what happens when this becomes the new standard everywhere? Let's zoom out to Section 4, the future of trust and its impact on hiring and identity. Because as this shift really takes hold, it's going to fundamentally change every single system that relies on professional trust. Hiring is going to be forced to adapt. Recruiters are already drowning in AI-generated noise, and pretty soon they're going to exclusively demand proof before they even grant an interview. Professional networks are going to evolve from places where people just post generic status updates into platforms where evidence is rigorously verified. Think about freelance marketplaces like Upwork or Fiverr. They're going to shift away from who can write the most polished pitch to who has the most verified track record. And for anyone climbing the corporate ladder, future promotions aren't going to be based on some glowing self-review you wrote, but on your connected graph of outcomes. Ultimately, your entire digital identity is going to be rooted in what you can actually prove, rather than just how well you present yourself.
So, the crucial point here, the big takeaway, is this massive fundamental shift in the questions we're asking. We are completely moving away from the question on side A, what does this person claim they can do? That question is dead. AI killed it. It's just way too easy to fake. Instead, hiring managers, clients, collaborators, they're exclusively going to ask the question on side B, what can this person actually prove they have done? That deliberate, evidence-based question is pretty much the only thing that cuts through the noise of the AI era.
If you take away just one single thing from this entire explainer, let it be this quote right here. The future may belong not to the professionals with the most impressive profiles, but to those with the strongest evidence behind them. It is no longer about who has the flashiest presentation. It doesn't matter who's best at prompt engineering. It is entirely about who has the receipts.
Which leaves us with this final, really important thought to ponder. If everything we've looked at today is true, is the next evolution of personal branding not better branding at all? Is it actually reputation engineering? I challenge you to look at your own career assets today. Are you just polishing a fragile brand? Or are you actively engineering an unassailable career mode built on undeniable proof? Doing this takes work, for sure, but it is hands down the most powerful investment you can make in your professional future. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Start building your proof graph today, and I'll catch you next time.